In One Piece, the world government uses a bounty system to categorize the most wanted criminals. So, the more individuals pose a threat to the leaders of this world, the greater the bounties for their capture will be. But who are these powerful characters and what did they do to be hunted down? What's up everybody, Demetrius here, welcome to Fiction Screen, and in this video we're gonna see the 15 highest bounties in the world of One Piece. Marco the Phoenix is the former 1st Division commander of the Whitebeard pirates. Having started out as an apprentice, he eventually came to be Whitebeard's closest confidant and right-hand man. After his captain's death during the Marineford arc, Marco assumed the leadership of the Whitebeard pirates until the crew's disbandment, following the Payback War. He was also a great ally to the Wano Samurai and the Straw Hats in the Battle of Onigashima. Marco ate the Tori Tori no Mi model phoenix, which allows him to turn into a large phoenix of blue flames. He's extremely strong, being able to go toe-to-toe with admirals of the Marines, in addition to having great speed, plus healing abilities and a lot of endurance. For all this, he got the 15th position on the list with a bounty of 1,374,000,000 berries. King of the Conflagration is one of the 3 All-Star of the Beast's pirates and Kaido's right-hand man. He's a member of the Lunarian race, which enables him to create fire. As a user of the Rio Rio no Mi model Pteranodon, he can turn into Lunarian Pteranodon hybrid and a full Pteranodon at will. When he is transformed, he is more clad in flames than usual, and gets the ability to fly at extreme speeds. He also has great physical strength and great endurance. King is in 14th place in the ranking with a bounty of 1,390,000,000 berries. Pirate Empress Boa Hancock is the captain of the Kuja Pirates and was the only female warlord of the sea, a title akin to privateer, remaining among them until the organization's disbandment. Also known as the Snake Princess of Amazon Lily, she rules over the Kuja tribe with her 2 younger sisters, Boa Sandersonia and Boa Marigold. Hancock is a user of the Mero Mero no Mi, which allows her to turn people into stone. She can also return them back to normal if she wants. She's smart, agile, fast, possesses huge physical strength, is a great fighter and has already used Armament Haki and Conqueror's Haki, and supposedly has Observation Haki too. Boa Hancock has the 13th highest bounty, amounting to 1,659,000,000 berries. Desert King Sir Crocodile is the former president of the mysterious crime syndicate Baroque Works, formerly operating under the codename Mr. Zero, being the main antagonist of the Arabasta arc. He is one of the first notable enemies of the story, since he was the first to defeat Luffy. He ate the Suna Suna no Mi, which allows him to control and turn into sand at will, also being able to absorb all the moisture out of any object, place or living thing by touching it. Currently, the former warlord of the sea is a member of the Cross Guild alongside Dracul Mihawk and Buggy the Clown. Crocodile is in 12th place of the list, with a bounty of 1,965,000,000 berries. Ista Kid is the leader of the Kid Pirates, and just as Luffy and Trafalgar Law, he's one of the 12 pirates referred to as the Worst Generation. He's a user of the Jiki Jiki no Mi, which gives him the ability to manipulate magnetic forces and metal. Additionally, he's able to use all 3 types of Haki. During the Battle of Onigashima, he teamed up with Law to defeat Big Mom, playing a key role in the Wano arc, which made him get to 11th place with a bounty of 3 billion berries. Guys, before we get to the top 10, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. Trafalgar D. Waterlaw is the captain and doctor of the Hard Pirates. He became one of the warlords of the sea during the time skip, but his position was revoked for siding with the Straw Hats in helping them overthrow Don Quixote do Flamingo. Law is really headstrong, because just like Luffy, he wants to find the One Piece. In addition to using Armament Haki, Observation Haki and fighting with a sword, he's a user of the Ope Ope no Mi, the Surgeon's Fruit, which allows him to create a sphere of energy around him called Room, where he can move, levitate and teleport things and people. His power is only limited if his opponent's Haki is stronger than his. After helping the Straw Hats and the Wano Samurai by defeating Big Mom alongside Ista Kid, Law reached 10th place with a bounty of 3 billion berries. Throughout the story of One Piece, we see Monkey D. Luffy gather a crew, free several places that were under the control of tyrants, and develop his powers. Initially, it was known that his fruit was the Gomu Gomu no Mi, which gave him rubber powers, and through many fights and training, he managed to develop several techniques and get new powers, such as Gear Second, which accelerates the blood flow in his body, making him much faster and stronger. Gear Third, in which he bites into his thumb joint and blows hard into his bones, which inflates his arm. He is then able to transfer air throughout the body. After training with Rayleigh, he not only improved and developed the 3 forms of Haki, but also evolved his powers into Gear Fourth, which allows him to greatly increase his physical strength and endurance. This form is divided into Boundman or Bounceman, in which Luffy's proportion becomes deformed, his body inflates and becomes much larger. Tankman, in which his body expands incredibly, which increases his endurance and offensive power. And Snakeman, his forearms, legs and upper torso are slightly enlarged. His hair becomes flare-shaped like his haki and sticks up. Luffy gains a significant increase in speed and ability to change the direction of his attacks. During the Wano arc, we discover that the real name of Luffy's fruit is Hito Hito no Mi Model Nika. Upon awakening his powers, he reaches Gear Fifth, in which his hair and clothes turn white, his eyes glow with red ring-like pupils, pink in the anime, and white clouds float around his neck. All of his capabilities are increased to stratospheric levels, and he becomes so free that he gains Toon Force. For example, when running, his feet turns like a cartoon. He can also modify the environment around him, and even his opponents, giving them rubber-like properties. In political terms, Luffy is a great threat to the world government, because he wears the same straw hat that belonged to Shanks and Goldie Roger, and it is also similar to the huge hat present in the secret chamber of Imo-sama, the mysterious leader of the world government. During the Enies Lobby arc, he orders Sogeking to burn the world government flag, which was a clear declaration of war. He also punched the celestial dragon in the Sabaody archipelago, and by defeating Kaidu, he changed the balance of power in the world, becoming one of the 4 emperors. No wonder why at the end of the Wano arc he rose to 9th position with a bounty of 3 billion berries. Buggy the Clown used to be friends with Shanks and is also a former member of Goldie Roger's crew. He's a user of the Bara Bara no Mi, which allows him to split his own body into pieces and control them at will. After the Marineford War, he became a warlord of the sea. Later, when the world government decided to dissolve this system, Buggy joined Crocodile and Mihawk and founded the Cross Guild, an organization that puts bounties on marines. He accidentally got the presidency of the organization due to misunderstandings. His new position elevated his status to one of the 4 emperors and earned him 8th place in the list, with a bounty of 3,189,000,000 berries. Dracul Hawkeye's Mahaw is a world-famous pirate who holds the title of strongest swordsman in the world. In the past, he had a reputation for being the rival of Shanks and was also known as the Marine Hunter. He was Zoro's master during the time skip and currently is a member of the Cross Guild. He is in 7th place of this list with a bounty of 3,590,000,000 berries. Marshall D. Teach, most commonly known as Blackbeard, is a former member of Whitebeard's crew. He founded his own crew, the Blackbeard Pirates, was once a warlord of the sea, and is currently one of the 4 emperors. Teach is the only known person in history to wield the power of 2 Akuma no Mi, the Yami Yami no Mi, which allows him to create, control and transform into darkness, and the Gura Gura no Mi, which allows him to create vibrations or quakes. Marshall D. Teach is in 6th place of the list, with a bounty of 3,996,000,000 berries. Red-haired Shanks is the chief of the Red Hair Pirates and a former member of Goldie Roger's crew, from whom he received the famous straw hat. Shanks is a role model to Luffy and gives him the straw hat. He is also one of the 4 emperors and in addition to being very strong, has a mysterious political influence as he puts an end to the Marineford War. He's one of the most powerful haki users in the story, having mastered all three of its forms and being able to use large amounts of it, such as when he stopped Admiral Aramaki from afar. Shanks is in 5th position of the list, with a bounty of 4,048,900,000 berries. Charlotte Lin, better known as Big Mom, is a former member of the legendary Rocks Pirates. She is the chief of the Big Mom Pirates and also the ruler of Whole Cake Island. Big Mom has monstrous physical strength, unusual endurance, and is capable of controlling the three forms of haki. She ate the Sorosoro no Mi, which allows her to manipulate and interact with human souls. She was one of the 4 emperors until she was defeated by Ista Kid and Trafalgar Law in the One Arc. Being so powerful and dangerous, she got to 4th place of the list, with a bounty of 4,388,000,000 berries. Kaidu of the Beasts, renowned as the world's strongest creature, is the Governor-General of the Beasts Pirates, a former member of the 4 Emperors and a former member of the Rocks Pirates. When he was young, he was arrested by the Marines, but managed to escape many times. Kaido ate the Uo no Mi, model Seiryu, which allows him to transform into a hybrid and a full Azure Dragon at will. He formed an alliance with Kurozumi Orochi and began to occupy the country of Wano. Kozuki Oden, the daimyo of Kuri and son of Shogun Kozuki Sukiyaki, faced him, and even though he was defeated, he managed to give him a scar in his dragon form. In addition to the powers of his fruit, he wields a giant metal cannibal covered in thorns, has huge physical strength and superhuman endurance, and is capable of using the 3 types of haki. The only other person capable of rivaling him was Luffy, who transformed into his Gear 5th form and finally defeated him. For all these reasons, Kaido is in 3rd place, with a bounty of 4,611,100,000 berries. Edward Newgate, better known as Whitebeard, was a former member of the legendary Rocks Pirates and was later captain of the Whitebeard Pirates. He became known as the strongest man in the world and the closest man to the One Piece after the death of Goldie Roger. In addition to having super strength, speed, agility, endurance, and mastering all forms of haki, Whitebeard was a user of the Gura Gura no Mi, which allowed him to generate vibrations and quakes. His power was so frightening that it made Fleet Admiral Sengoku claim that he was able to destroy the world. He was also Goldie Roger's rival and maybe the only one capable of fighting him toe to toe. In Oden's flashback, we see one of these battles that lasted 3 days and 3 nights, showing the power of the 2 captains and their crews. The combat ended with a great feast and exchange of gifts, which shows a certain camaraderie between Newgate and Roger. For all of his feats and powers, Whitebeard has the 2nd highest bounty, which amounts to 5,046,000,000 berries. Who else could have made it to the top of the list if not the Pirate King Goldie Roger, the man who conquered the Grand Line, sailed to the last island and found the One Piece treasure? Roger had great intelligence, super strength, speed, agility, endurance, and mastered the 3 forms of haki. In addition to his incredible abilities and feats, he impacted the story in many other ways. He named the last island Left Tail, commanded several important characters such as Ino Arashi, Neko Mamushi, Kozuki Oden, Silver's Rayleigh, Buggy, and Shanks, to whom he gave the straw hat that was passed on to Luffy, and with his last words started the golden age of pirates. Roger is in 1st place with the highest bounty ever, amounting to 5,564,800,000 berries. So that's it guys, let me know in the comments down below which of these characters you like most and why. Thanks for watching the video, see you!